Welcome to For Your Mind Reviews. This is Chris Johnson with a review of Little Monsters. So, Little Monsters stars my girl Lupita Nyong'o from Us and Black Panther and 12 Years a Slave. She plays a kindergarten teacher who must protect her class on a field trip after everybody around them becomes a zombie. Now, this film I heard about a couple of months ago, and of course, anything with zombies I'm interested in, and I just love the idea of that plot. And then, I was a little disappointed when I found out that it was going to be a Hulu original, simply because, I like watching my movies in the theater. That's just how it is. I'm gonna get to see the Breaking Bad movie in the theater. I'm really happy about that. I hope to see The Irishman in theaters, for example. But luckily, we have Alamo Drafthouse who exists, and they had a little screening and showing one for that night for Little Monsters. So I went on Tuesday, and boy, oh boy, that was a really fun experience. The movie. Uh, First off, I was actually surprised to realize, even though she's technically the main character, she's really the co-lead. She actually doesn't have the most screen time because there was a because we're following this guy who's a deadbeat, who's a loser in the eyes of everybody around him. Just lost a relationship. And he's taking care of his. He's on the trip looking after basically his nephew. And he's the one who gets the really great cathartic character arc of kind of learning and appreciating the idea of family and the need to grow up and the need to mature, not just for other people but for yourself. He gets the great character journey, I think, in the movie. But his character journey is helped by how amazing Miss Caroline is, Lupita's character, and how she relates to the children, how she loves and protects the children. And watching the Q&A with the director afterwards, and I really feel like the movie expressed what was going on in his mind about the fact that when you're a child and when you have a child, the fact that, and it must be so hard for a parent to take care of and raise the little kids, and then for a couple hours every day you have to trust your child's well-being to another person. I mean, I would imagine that's so hard to do because not everybody's on point with what they're supposed to be doing. That's why a great teacher is such a. I think she's called a superhero by someone in this movie, and they're like, "I'm not a superhero." Yes, you are. Batman, Superman, Spider-Man, Iron Man. Let's be honest. They're all influenced by people like you, by teachers who nurture. They really do nurture. They help nurture. They teach. They protect. And that's why this movie really works. Besides, the awesome, gory zombie moments, to the whole idea of seeing a teacher in her absolute habitat, in the craziest scenario possible, keep her head on her shoulders, look past the horror, and protect these little kids. Not just protecting them physically, but protecting them mentally, so they're not scarred for life by the craziness of the zombie apocalypse. I love that. And it's so funny because Josh Gad plays a character here. I imagine Mr. Rogers. You love Mr. Rogers, and you met Mr. Rogers, and he was a douchebag. Like, imagine if Barney and Mr. Rogers existed, and there was a mesh of them, and he was actually a piece of crap. That's Josh Gad's character, and he's hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. Like, I was rolling in there, and it's funny, when you go to Alamo, and we all are aware of the no talking, no texting rule, and that's one of the things that I love so much about that place. And then you go see a movie that you just can't help laughing like a maniac. You can't help just enjoying yourself, and the whole theater was like that. And it was a very pleasant, very, very, very pleasant experience. And I when it comes on Hulu, I'm gonna watch it again. and I suggest other people check it out because it's such a fun movie. It's such a fun movie with just two really great messages. I feel, you know, a movie doesn't have to have a message for me, but man, when it does, it makes it more memorable and it makes it more enjoyable. It just that's just how I feel about it. So, Little Monsters, Hulu, definitely check it out.